Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World, and I wanted to check in with you to talk about some stuff that just went down today and whatnot. I just did an appearance on CNN, went on Don Lemon's show, and just for the record, I don't dislike Don at all. I don't agree with Don. I think Don's a little ridiculous on the air, but I don't hate him. I don't have animosity toward him. When he said hello to me, maybe there could have been some tension, but there wasn't. I just don't think that that's necessary. And But I can't imagine Don being a big fan of mine at this point. But we talked about the show Empire, and he had a couple people on the show, and it was such an interesting conversation because it was like why I didn't quite understand why I was there. Because first of all, the segment was very short and didn't give us really time to really flesh out the issues. But it might have been changed because I think they had Aretha Franklin coming on next, which that's far more interesting than hearing me talk. And the other two guests on the show were Chris Witherspoon from the Griot, and then someone else. I don't know her, but I think she's from Entertainment Weekly or something like that. And so it was interesting because you had three people who are huge fans of Empire, and then you've got me kind of sitting in there throwing salt on the game, which I don't know what that was about. I didn't know if that was some kind of a weird setup or something, but um, it just didn't quite add up to me. It did bother me though. It was just like, okay, the segment's over. Oh, okay, I'll go, go home. I got stuff to do. But what I want to say, and I want to clarify in terms of where I stand with Empire, and I'm just, you know me, I just tell it like I see it. Number one, Empire is such a popular show. I do not enjoy being that one guy in the room who says, let's think about what we're doing here. But somebody has to be the designated driver when all of us get intoxicated behind something. Just because it's popular doesn't mean it's right. You know, there are people, the people that I have always admired, like Albert Einstein, for example. He was speaking against Nazi, the Nazi treatment of Jews. He spoke out against a lot of things, even if it wasn't popular. McCarthyism, people had to speak out against that, even though it was very popular at the time. And I'm not so much speaking against the idea that Empire is a good show. I watched 2 episodes of Empire. I understand exactly why people like it. I do not dispute the idea that Empire is not a good show. The cinematography is extraordinary. The drama is off the hook. But here's the issue. Um, these roles are what I call these are roles that I call the entertainment ghetto. You see, black actors and actresses are consistently in the entertainment ghetto because when you want to play a regular human being, when you want to play things that are more reflective of the diversity of your humanity, those roles are not nearly as available for black actors as they should be. But if you want to play a gangster, thug, killer, hoochie, whatever, a play, a pimp, all these stereotypes, there are plenty of roles for you. That's what they believe black people do. And one of the reasons I admire Idris Elba so much is Idris Elba understands this. That's why there are certain roles Idris won't take. I would be stunned to see Idris Elba appear on Empire. I mean, maybe it could happen, but I would be absolutely stunned to see him play on Empire. Now, he was on The Wire, where he did play a drug dealer, but anybody who knows The Wire, they know that the show was far more complex than just some old, stereotypical nonsense. They actually showed all segments of society and how they interacted. It was almost amoral in the sense that you saw crooks at the top, you saw crooks in the middle, you saw crooks at the bottom. You saw good people at the top, middle, and the bottom of society as well. The Wire is probably one of the best shows of all time. But I would be stunned to see an actor with conscientiousness and integrity really participate in Empire, because here's the thing: two things. Number one, Empire is sponsored by Fox and Rupert Murdoch. Just to give you an example of the kind of propaganda Fox pushes out that is a danger to black people. They just put out this story where they were saying Eric Holder admitted that everyone lied about the hands up movement. That no, there was no way Michael Brown had his hands up, and it was all nonsense. It was all a complete lie. It was all complete nonsense that all these people were doing this hands up thing. And and that's just one of many kinds of stories Fox will push forward that creates a dangerous environment for black people, because there are a lot of white people who only learn about black people by watching Fox. They only learn about black people by watching Empire. So when that all white jury is deciding whether they want to indict a cop who blew the brains out of a young black man, all the attorney has to do is feed into the thug fantasy. All the attorney has to do is say, "Oh, he was a killer. He was a thug. He listened to hip hop music. Oh, he was smoking weed one time, and he got suspended from school once. So he's a thug." So the cop had a reason to blow his brains out because he was scary. And thugs are scary because you all watch Empire and you watch the O'Reilly Factor. And so that's what I'm thinking about when I'm seeing these shows that are portraying us as thugs, hoochies, and gangsters. Understand, go back 100 years. The show A Birth of a Nation, that was a film that was made that portrayed the Ku Klux Klan as these heroic individuals that protected safe, happy, virgin white women from dangerous, thug, killer, rapist, animalistic black men. And after that movie came out, it was so popular, and it was shown at the White House. It was so popular that the membership in the Ku Klux Klan shot up. Black people were being lynched all over the country. White people saw us as a danger because we were portrayed that way in media. That's a long held tradition. In Nazi Germany, when they were looking for ways to exterminate the Jews, all they had to do was use media to present the Jews as scary killers or greedy monsters or subhuman whatevers that led them to be able to exterminate the Jews. And all they had to do was say, well, he was a bad person, and because you know how those Jews are, right? So with black people, that's what we're dealing with. We have people that see us as nothing more than what they hear in the latest rap song. They see us as what they see on Empire. They see us as what they see on shows like The O'Reilly Factor. So at the end of the day, that's what we're cheering for. So I'm not here to say Empire's not a good show. I told you I watched 2 episodes just to make sure just to know what I was talking about. And I mean, I was like, man, this is good. Like, the drama's good. It's like, but here's the thing. Crack, cocaine is probably good. I'm sure it is. Heroin, I'm sure, is very good. The greasy ass chicken that your grandma makes every day might be good. But you can't eat greasy chicken every day and then get upset when you got heart disease and diabetes down the road. Just because something is good does not mean that it's healthy. And I think that's the important point to understand. And understand this. In Empire, these are what I call nigger roles. These are the roles that you get because you're black. If that family were normal and didn't have all that dysfunction and all that craziness and all that criminality, they would have put white people in those roles. So everybody, all of us who want to just say, oh, it's just entertainment, it doesn't matter, keep that in mind next time a black man gets his brains blown out by a cop and the jury just acquits him. Why do you think juries do that? Why do you think white people who never spent much time around black people, who don't have any black friends, have an image of black people as thugs and killers and gangsters and hoochies? They get it from media. Understand that. And that's all I want to say. I'm going to go to bed. My head's about to explode. This stuff is just whatever. And I'm not gonna keep talking about Empire. I mean, this is not fun. It's not fun being the one guy who's like saying, "Hey, look out! Don't do this," because everybody loves the show. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I mean, it's one of the most watched shows around now. Fox and Rupert Murdoch and Bill O'Reilly are their network is the most, or they what was it, it's the most watched network in black homes. So you are contributing directly to the pocket of your oppressor. I mean, that's just clear. But then again, we live in America, and sometimes it's hard to do anything without contributing to our oppressor's bank account on some level. But I think in Fox there has to be kind of an exception, because Fox has done an unbelievable job of really disrupting the image of black people in America. And creating the environment where we are open to being incarcerated at an extraordinary level, or where we're open to being killed by the police at an extraordinary level, where George Zimmerman can go kill a young black boy and not get sent to prison because it's easy to convince the all-white jury that black boy was a thug. So keep that in mind as you watch the show, and if you want to enjoy it, I'm not going to knock you for it. I'm not going to say, oh, you're a bad person for doing it. It's just, I have to say that I have to be a conscientious objector. I have to step out and realize, because the other thing too is there are thousands of good shows out here to watch, thousands of good movies that you could watch that don't put money in the pocket of Fox News. So that's kind of how I see it. It doesn't mean we don't enjoy good TV or whatever, but Do you really have to watch Empire? I mean, you got 400 channels on your TV. Why do you have to pick that one? That's all I want to say. I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from Your Black World. I'm about to go eat. So take care. God bless. I'm gone. Peace.